Hey everybody, how are you all doing today? Welcome to today's Love Stream Dating 3.0. I'm going to be sharing something fairly personal today, very recent, kind of hot off the press. And I'm excited to talk about it because I think it really captures and illustrates what it is that has shifted for me over the last my life, but in particular the last few years, and very in particular this last round of dating, where I'm able to much more easily stay off that ride of disappointment and discouragement, kind of going down when things aren't going well and then way up when they are, and using my mind to really choose what I think about and how I think about something. Right? So this is what happened. Over the weekend, I went to a really fun party, and I went with a friend of mine, so I wasn't on a date, and was really enjoying myself. And I happened to run into a man who I had run into, God, probably a couple of years ago, because I actually don't think I was single the first time that I met him. But he made a big impression on me. He just has this very warm, very gregarious presence. I think he's very good looking. It's like everything about him just feels warm and present and open. So this is my kind of man, especially when it's matched with a very toned and in shape body. So he was at this party and we ran into each other, and we were, chatting for a few minutes. And I felt all those similar feelings of just feeling very invited and open and, really connected to him. And in the back of my mind, I was like, I kind of like to date this man. I was just, there's a way that the connection felt very natural and very organic. And I also definitely felt attracted to him. So we were doing kind of this exercise at the party. And I turned one way to work with somebody else, and he turned another way. And then as we came back into the circle, I noticed that he was being very affectionate and demonstrative with a woman, and I kind of deduced that, oh, they must be dating or they must be in partnership. And I noticed kind of this instantaneous rampage of old thinking. It went like this. If you were inside my brain, you would be hearing thoughts like, damn, why is he with her? Shit, all the good ones really all are partner. They really are taken up. Why is he with her? And I started going down this rabbit hole that I used to go down a lot more, where I was kind of talking myself out of possibility and talking myself into disappointment. That is not a powerful or a fun place to date from. It is not a magnetic place, and it does not feel good. I was like talking myself out of the joy that I had been having, just being in general at the party and being social, and kind of literally like running myself into this sinkhole. Fortunately, now I have some awareness and some mindfulness, and I caught myself doing it. And the main way that I caught myself doing it is because very quickly I started to feel shitty. And one of my main barometers and main gauges is, how am I feeling right now? And there's always a direct correlation between the thoughts that I'm thinking and how I'm feeling. So here's what I did, because I wanted to reverse that trend. What I did instead is I started bringing my attention to all of the interactions that I'd had that evening that felt really beautiful. And there were quite a number of them. Pretty much the moment that I walked in, it was in this big, gorgeous, beautiful house. And I walked into the kitchen and I literally fell into a conversation with a man. He's also a businessman. We had a lot to talk about, but it's like we just kind of synced up and we laughed a lot, and he was very engaging and he was very present. And I just, I shared a lot with him in a very short period of time, but in a way that felt kind of easy and natural. And I thanked him for being really present and for asking good questions. I wasn't attracted to him, but we had a really nice, very fulfilling interaction. And then a few minutes later, we were called into the main room to invited to do an exercise. And I happened to partner with somebody who I had met before, also kind of like this just immediate sense of warmth and openness. And yes, we got very transparent with each other. We were very open with each other. It felt very nourishing and very real. And it was really like kind of filled me up. And then even the very brief exchange that I had with this gentleman, it's like I kind of felt my juices flowing and my cylinders firing. And it was like, oh yeah, that's how I like it to feel, right? That's what it feels like when I'm really interested in somebody. So instead of focusing on what wasn't and why it was, oh, hey, Jen, hi, and why it was that this particular man was taken and what that meant, I just started allowing myself to rest into the goodness that had occurred and what I had enjoyed and the gifts that life had put in front of me, and feeling that sense of fullness and appreciation and nourishment. And I'm happy to say it really changed my orientation and it changed how I felt. And I've noticed that this is particularly important because every time I used to go down one of those rabbit holes of feeling crappy and making up a story that wasn't consistent with my desire, it's like that would build momentum and build traction. And then I'd be finding more and more evidence to support that momentum rather than looking for evidence like I did this time. I kind of did that U-turn of looking for evidence that supports how I want to feel and ultimately supports my desire coming to fruition. So it was a pretty important pivot, and I kind of gave myself a high five for being able to make it that quickly and that dramatically. And it just got me, present to that's one of the main reasons that dating is not the roller coaster that it used to be, is because I can kind of support myself, actually support myself really well along the way. Not that every date is great, not that every man shows up in the ideal way that I would wish or hope that he did, but I kind of have my own back along with the huge repertoire of tools to help make the process fun and to help keep it there. Boy, lots of messages. So, my dears, I really hope this was helpful for you. If you are watching the replay, please say hello. I always get these notices that people are viewing. I'd love to know who you are. And if you have any comments or questions about this in particular, where are you getting caught in your mindset? And how are you taking your hand and leading yourself out of the rabbit hole and into some more favorable territory that feels better? So let me know how that goes. I want to let you guys know I just opened up 2 more spots for dating makeovers. I had a number of women who wrapped up their Dating 3.0 program. Some of them are going on, but a couple of them just got amazing results. So I have a couple more spots. This is exactly the kind of stuff we work on in Dating 3.0, and it's the kind of stuff we can begin to address in your dating makeover. So I'm going to put the link there. If you want to schedule one, you are free to. But in the meantime, make it an awesome day. Talk to you soon. Bye.